Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. David Zuckerman is the real deal. He not only talks the talk, but he walks the walk. It's true. We were just out in the rain on a Friday afternoon with dozens of volunteers. The energy and the momentum is building here in Vermont. Thousands of Vermonters have already voted through vote by mail, and we need to keep the momentum going over the next 16 days. But I want to talk about why this election is so important. Not only are we in a global pandemic, and as many folks know, here in Vermont, we've done a pretty good job of responding because of our communities and the efforts we've all taken collectively. We're facing justifiable social unrest around this country, but also across our state. We're seeing the impact of climate change every single day, and David is talking about this. He sees it, he knows it, as I do, as he talks to Vermonters. But there's another crisis. We have struggled here in Vermont to keep a generation here, bring a generation back, and bring a new generation to this state. The struggle of Vermont is the struggle of rural America. We see a declining population. We're soon to be one of the oldest states in the country. We have more deaths than births than a majority of counties across Vermont. And that's why I got into this race, because I want to be a partner for David Zuckerman in putting people, communities, and workers at the forefront. So not only do we recover stronger from this pandemic and address racial injustice and social injustice and economic injustice in the communities across our state, but we figure out how to make Vermont's promise accessible for a next generation of Vermonters and a generation that's here now. And what does this look like? It looks like universal access to childcare, so our working parents can stay in the workforce and contribute to our economy. It's access to broadband for all Vermonters. Today, 1/4 of Vermont still can't get online in a global pandemic, where we've asked families to do online learning with our children and not have access. It's bold action on climate change to ensure Vermonters can weatherize their homes and access solar, and that we have resilient, strong food systems that put more emphasis on strong food systems that are local, in the same way that we think about local, resilient energy sources and invest in renewables. That is the Vermont that we all want for the future. And it's time to be bold. And we have a choice in this election. We can either fight the change or we can be the change. And David Zuckerman is going to be the change. Congressman Peter Welch is going to be the change. And if you elect me, Molly Gray, as Vermont's next lieutenant governor, I'll be working with this ticket and down ticket and across the ticket and with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden to be the change. This is our moment. So it's time to get to work. And this is what we have to do. We have 16 days to get David Zuckerman into the lieutenant governor's office. And we need to get out the vote. And I want to tell you just a little bit about my race, but this is also the story of so many races across Vermont. I have an opponent that is a millionaire, that is a proclaimed businessman, that is significantly older, that has already put over $100,000 of his own money into this race. He has also welcomed over $200,000 from Trump's biggest supporters who are looking at Vermont and trying to figure out how to turn our blue state purple, if not red. And while we will not outraise him or outspend him, we will out-organize, because that's what Vermonters do. And I have to say, and I will wager, that not only is David Zuckerman and his campaign one of the best organized in the state, but it's potentially one of the best organized in the nation. So let's work together. Let's line up behind David. Let's come together. Let's fight like hell. And in the wise words of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who I've been thinking about day in and day out, let's fight for the things we care about and do it in a way that brings others to join us. So vote, sign up to volunteer, go to zuckermanforvermont.com. Also check out mollyforvermont.com. We're accepting donations, contributions. We're also launching a pretty awesome volunteer effort in coordination with David. Join our team. Let's get it done. Thank you so much for joining us.